Rockport. I'm from Richland. Richland people don't hang out in Rockport. Not even in Okinawa. Right? I had my dad's younger brother, Bob, I guess he was a hoot. I never met him, but he was in Okinawa, Japan, and what was that guy's Gary? He used to have the radiator shop. He'd run into him in Okinawa, and he was homesick. He was in the Army. He was homesick, just wanted to see somebody from home. But he was from Rockport, and Bob was from Richland. And he ran up to Bob and said, Bob Coomer, I've missed everybody from home, and I just need somebody to see. And Bob told him, he said, I didn't talk to you guys when I'm in the States, and I don't talk to you guys when I'm out of the States. And he didn't call him guys, and just kept on walking. And this guy told the story later. He said, man, I was so hard broke. I needed a friend. I needed somebody from back home. And I ran up to Bob, and Bob wouldn't even talk to me. So that's the way Richland is. But I'm in Rockport. I'm in Rockport, living in a house on Elm Street. I had visions of grandeur. I thought I'd have a big mansion with a bunch of ground and a set-aside place for motorcycles and a set-aside place for deer hunting and a set-aside place for all my hounds and all my bird dogs. I'd have all these things. I was going to attain all these things that I see. And you know what? I ain't attained them, but I'm at peace. I see things I want. I look at Marketplace. But I'm happy. I am. I'm content. God wants our minds to be free. He wants to supply our needs. He does. Flip to that other one there, the one you had a minute ago. I know this has kind of gotten long, but folks, this is important stuff. First 60 seconds of a panic attack. Stop it. You're okay. Anybody else talk to themselves? If I want intelligent conversation, I talk to myself. You got me. Yeah. Breathe. Hurry up, go away. Focus. I told you last week, I told you about that big buddy of mine that I took jiu-jitsu from. And like I said, this guy's 300 pounds, 6'8". And when he puts that big python arm around your neck and he wraps some big old things around your body and he's got you like a python and he's squeezing, man, I'm going to tell you, there's a panic attack in that. I thought about biting him. But he'd have killed me, so I knew better than bite him. But he's talking to you the whole time. He's like, hey, you know, your heart is racing. He said, you're sweating. He said, are you nervous? Yeah, I'm nervous, you big monster. Get off me. But it's the same way that the demons do us. Man, they get a chokehold on us and they lay on us. And you know what? He said, just tell yourself to breathe. He'd tell me that. He'd say, Tim, just calm down. He said, I'm not going to hurt you, first of all. I'm trying to teach you how to get out of this. But if you go sliding around here and you go just trying to get out of this and you'll go to panicking, and he said, I'm going to sink it in and pop your head off. So I'm putting my chin down so he can't get it all the way underneath my throat. He's trying to pull my head back. I'm trying to pull my head down. But you know, you lose it and go to panicking, and guess what? It's the same thing we're going through, folks. This anxiety is an attack of the enemy. It gets a choke on it, and sometimes you just have to tell yourself, it's going to be okay. First of all, get him involved. Lord, please get in this. Lord, I'm tore up. I don't know why I'm tore up. Lord, get involved. Please get involved and help me. Help me to overcome this. Help me not to concern myself with it. Help me to do the right things through it. Don't let me panic and fall apart, because in this warfare, right there, it would have just been a tap, or if you didn't tap, he'd choke you till you passed out and the ref would call it quits. But in this warfare, not only does he choke you out, he chokes others out with you. So it's important that we don't panic and do something that harms ourselves and harm others around us. This is a team effort. So focus. I have to do this. Oh my God, I'm going to faint. We can say all these things, but the first little circle that should pop up, Lord, help me. Lord, save me. You don't even have to be save me, because I hope I'm talking to a congregation of saved people today. So the first one would be, Lord, help me. What did Peter say when he started to sink after he got out of the boat? He said, Lord, save me. And guess what? Instantly, he was out. First one. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself, the Lord's got this. I'm not going to dwell on it. We got to get these things in our mind, we got to get them under control. And that's very hard to do. but it is absolutely possible. Can you get your mind under submission? Yes. You know what the hardest part of your body to get under submission is? Hardest member you got. What's the hardest member on your body? Larry's got it. The tongue. He's an unruly member. That's what James says. He's unruly. Rudders make ships go where they want. We put bridles in mouths to make the horse go where they want. But that thing's unruly. But guess what? It can get under submission. Right? This can get under submission. Both of them need to be under submission of Christ. You know what this thing will do? It'll say things that this thing's not even thinking. This thing is this far in front of this thing. And once it does it, I can't get it back. I can get it under submission. I need to get this under submission. I need to have control of this. He needs to have control of this. We need to watch what we think. You're scared to death. You live in a house you think is haunted. You're scared all the time. You come in and turn the lights on. You're scared of shadows. You can't hardly sleep. But before you go to bed at night, you love to watch Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street. You see what I'm saying? You have this mental thing going on that you're scared, but yet those are the shows you watch. We're worried about our kids are going to go to a vacation here. Our kids are going to go here. And we watch shows that tell about how they're killers in those areas, and they're killing everybody. So guess what? We put this stuff in, and then we wonder why we're tormented. Watch what you watch. Be careful what you put in your eye gate. Absolutely. Watch what you listen to and watch what you see. Because I guarantee you, the devil will bring it back at the most inopportune times. You ever wake up and go, where did that come from? Sit there for a minute and think about it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I seen that on the news. Oh, yeah, I watched that on a TV show. Eat some spaghetti and go to sleep. See what happens. Spaghetti dreams. Craziness. I always blame it on spaghetti. It probably was what I watched on TV. What's our next one up there, Jackson? There we go. Signs and symptoms of anxiety. Excessive worry. I have these long, beautiful fingernails because I never worry. Happens in the quick and it hurts bad. I tell myself one of these days I'm going to quit doing it. I think a lot of it's habit anymore. It's just a habit. I do it when I'm driving. I need to be busy. I'm one of these kind of people, I got to be busy. And if I'm driving down the road, I'm not busy enough, so I chew my fingernails. Last night, I watched some of the UFC fight, and I noticed that I was chewing my fingernails. I guess I got a little stressed over the thing, and I was chewing my fingernails. I was sitting there chewing on them, and fixing to spit one on the floor, and I thought, you know what? She'll be, right? These your fingernails on the floor? They ain't mine. Look at mine. I swallowed it. Ain't mine. Folks, we don't need to worry. Excessive worry. Irritability. I was trying to think of, have you ever been so stressed? You're stressed about something and you got all this going on, you're worrying about it, you're stressed about it, and your kids just ask you a simple question. It don't have anything to do with that, and you're like, shut up, I'm trying to think! It was all their fault, wasn't it? No, who's it on? Absolutely. Guess who got the blunt of it? Your kids or your husband. Your kids or your husband get the blunt of it, ladies. Sleep disturbance. I just told you about how that'd go. There have been times I worried about, back when I was in business, and, I can still think of these things. It's been a long time, but, we're hanging drywall, didn't get as much done, and I go home that night, and I'm thinking, man, tomorrow we got to get all this done, and when I go to bed all night, you know what I do all night? Hang drywall. All night. And I wake up and I think, my gosh, I'm laying in bed, I'm not hanging drywall. Why am I doing this to myself? Lord, help me to get some rest. I need to rest so I can hang drywall tomorrow. But you close your eyes, go back, and guess what? You're hanging drywall. Hurry up, guys, we're hanging drywall. Man, you need to be resting. But your mind won't let you rest. It's crazy. Why do we go through that? The devil wants to destroy you. Folks, we've got to get under submission. Poor concentration. I can't even think about that right now. My mind's so scattered, I can't even think about concentration. The orange juice drives me crazy. It says concentrate. I can't. They even make that kind anymore? Orange juice from concentrate? I stared at it and never did come to pass. So I threw it away. Restlessness. Restlessness. Anybody else toss and turn? That stupid mattress you bought is killing me. I need new pillows. Blanket's way too much. I need a sheet. That stuff will be kicked off on the floor. I can't keep a blanket, a sheet, anything. It'll be in the floor. Pillows be kicked to the end. On my face, on my side, on my back, all night long. I'm thinking, well, maybe this will be better. This will be better. Symptoms. Muscle tension. Fatigue. Well, if you ain't sleeping, you're worrying all the time, you're going to be fatigued, aren't you? I don't feel like I ever get any rest. Well, guess what? You're not. Do we need to get it under control? Should we make excuses about it? Well, everybody else is doing it. You know, I checked this morning. Let's see how many there is. There's 327,564,880 people in the United States as of Tuesday the 6th. This was Tuesday. They did this count. Tuesday. So about 327.5 million people in the United States. Now, I don't know how true this is, but it said like Xanax, there's about 47 million people on it. Zoloft, a little under that. Ativan, these have some big numbers. If these numbers are truth, 50% of the population is taking medication to deal with anxiety, stress, depression. Think that's close? Probably more. How about a dose of Jesus? How about a real true effort on our part to take a full dose of Jesus before we try anything else? Now, I'm not telling you throw your stuff out the window today, and I'm not telling you just to go cold turkey. I'm going to tell you, Jesus, you know, we say, well, we could do this, and Jesus always says, well, why don't you try this? Well, how about I do this? Well, he says, why don't you try this? Why don't we try to get Jesus involved? Why don't we really try to go after him and listen to his word? Not just that it's, you can say, well, preacher, we understand it's wrong, right? We understand we shouldn't be doing this. But I can't stop. Turn with me to Philippians. Here, 2 Corinthians 10, 1 through 5. Folks, I know I've been a long time. But I don't worry about it. I'm stressing here, folks, because we're not getting done. I'm going to toss and turn all afternoon because we didn't get out of here on time. Wordplay is funny. But it's truth. It is truth. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1 says, now I, Paul, myself, am pleading with you by the meekness and gentleness of Christ, who in presence am lowly among you, but being absent am bold towards you. So when he's there, he's not as harsh with them. When he's away from them, he writes them pretty tough letters. He says, I beg you that when I am present, I may not be bold with that confidence by which I intend to be bold against some who thinks of us as if we walked according to the flesh. Now we're going to get into what we had. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. This is a fleshly battle. It's a fleshly battle in our flesh, but it's a spiritual battle of demonic force. Can you fight demonic force with fleshly warfare? No. No. So this is a spiritual battle, therefore we have to fight it in a spiritual way. Now, I'm not telling you can't take something to where you don't care. There's times I love that stuff. When they come in and say, we're going to give you an IV, and I'm like, I stress and worry about that all night before I go there because I don't want to get it. Scared to death of needles. And they come in with a needle, and she'll say, how about I give you a little something so you don't care about that big needle? Okay. I love that. Go ahead. They take a little needle and give you just a little shot, and you're like, wow, I don't even care. Go ahead. Stick me. There's times when I like that stuff, but I don't want to live my everyday that way. I don't want to get up every morning and take stuff so, you know what, I don't feel good, but I don't feel bad. I'm just existing. Please, Lord, give us a spiritual answer to this so we can feel good. Lord, I can be in my mind. Lord, I can be in my own self that I am who I am. Okay, and I am who you created me to be, right? It's a spiritual battle, folks. Therefore, we need to fight it spiritually. Though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. Verse 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in God for pulling down strongholds. These are strongholds. Folks, if you're dealing with these things we've laughed about and cut up with, because we go through it. Everyone in here pretty well admitted we go through these things. These are strongholds. Why does he do this? One thing, he wants to destroy you. He wants to pass it on to other generations so they're destroyed. But he can hold us from doing what God has called us to do when we're operating this way. Until I've had a Snickers, I'm a diva. Right? That's what the commercial says. It shows somebody different because he's hungry. Folks, when we're taking other things and operating other ways, we are not who we're supposed to be. We're not. We're just not. No matter what you eat. You can have a Snickers, it still won't change anything. You may not be hungry, but when you're oppressed by these forces, you're oppressed. You want to break them? I want to break them. Let's go at it spiritually. Let's see what he says here. With the weapons of God. Because his weapons are strong for pulling down these strongholds. Verse 5, casting down arguments and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. And here's the part. Bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ. Those thoughts that you don't like, take care of it, Lord. I don't want it. Don't dwell on it anymore. Can you stop thinking about things? You can. You may not be able to go back to sleep, but you can stop thinking about it. But I'm going to tell you, do everything you can. So many times things come up on our mind, and instead of casting it out and doing something else, staying busy with something else, getting focused on something else, we just sit and think about it. That helps it every time. If you just go over and sit in the chair and just think about it, it'll fix it. Man, I'm going to tell you, get active. Seek some prayer. Get on your knees. Say, Lord, I don't want this. I don't want this thought. I don't want it in my mind. Lord, help me get rid of it. Now, you can't run back and pick it back up again later. Get me from it now, and then we go back and hunt it down. I'm going to dig back through my files and find out what that was bothering me early. Leave it alone. You ever done that? Go back through the files of your mind? Now, what was that that had me bothered? I tell you, there was a time in my life when I worry if I didn't have something to worry about. Man, I'm feeling pretty free today. Surely there's something I should be stressed about. Sure, there's something out there that's going to attack me or bite me in the rear end that I haven't taken care of. What could it be? I wonder what it could be. I wonder what it could be. We got to get it under submission. Cast down these strongholds. Lord, help me to get through this. Get my mind under control. Here's the last scripture and we'll close. Philippians 4:8. Finally. Is this what y'all thinking? Finally. That's what it says. Finally, brother. You're shutting up. I'm trying. Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of a good report, if there's any virtue and if there's anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. There's your secret right there. It's not really a secret. It was written in the Word. Man, there are things that we can concentrate on, that we can get in our minds that are not tearing us apart. It said that if they are of good report. Folks, if you're in the middle of gossip and all that kind of stuff, you're in bad report. And there's it's funny, a lot of people, they're never going to tell you, I'm a gossip. Right? I'm a gossip. But I probably shouldn't teach you this, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know how to tell? Because they're always unhappy. They're always unhappy. They're always complaining about this. They're always down on somebody. These things here, there's no way of it not bubbling out. Because see, where your heart is, the mouth speaks. I can catch it in an instant. It don't take me very long. I say, yeah, you're dealing in bad report. So guess what your mind's always going to be? In bad report. Guess what you're going to wake up in the night with? Bad report. Folks, close that off. People, you'll have to cut those friends off. The ones that always call you and say, I want to tell you this stuff. No, I don't want to hear it. I ain't listening. I don't need bad report. I need good report. You got something that's praiseworthy. You got something that gives honor to God. You got something that's just wholesome. Something that brings joy. Something that gives peace. Something that's pure. I hear it all the time. But if you're going to bring me down, if you're going to give me all that garbage that worries and stresses me, I don't want it. I don't want it. Now, the truth is, as a Christian, sometimes we're going to have to deal with things we don't want to hear. Sometimes people come and say, hey, so-and-so has cancer. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to deal with it. Well, that's not how God called you, right? That's when you say, you know what? I can't carry this, but I know who can. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll pray about it, but you can't put it on your shoulders and carry that burden. If you do, you're going down. You can't do it. All the things that we deal with as Christians, we have to realize I don't have the power to do it, but I serve the one who does. My Father can do anything, anything. And I will take this and give it to him. And you know what? When I give it to him, guess who's got it? Whew, ain't that awesome? You mean I don't have to carry this? No, he said, don't cast your burdens on me because I really don't care for you. That's not what he said. He said, cast your cares upon me, for I care for you. Right? These are things to ponder on. Take that Philippians 4:8 and memorize that. When those other things come along on your mind, say, I'm not going to think on it. What could I think on? We had a good service Sunday morning. The Holy Spirit was moving during song service. Woo, we got excited. Preacher's message was okay, a little long-winded, but he was looking good. You know, there's good things to think about. The sun's shining. It was a little brisk out there, but hey, the sun's shining. Hey, we're alive, right? Have air to breathe. Leaves are changing colors. Some of them are falling to the ground. Man, we got Thanksgiving coming up. So much to be thankful for. There's a lot of good things to think about, but so many times we allow our mind to think about the bad. I hope you got something from it. I hope you get delivered from it. I hope that it never bothers you again. Sometimes, though, and this is, it's not supposed to always be this way. Sometimes your spirit knows things are coming. And that's something I've learned to discern. There's a difference between worry and stress and spiritually knowing something's coming. There's times of just my spirit, I can tell Michelle, said something's coming. I spiritually know inside something's coming. And you know what? I don't know what it is, but I know it's coming. Therefore, it doesn't bite me in the rear end. It doesn't sneak up and get me because I know it's coming. Now, it may sideswipe me. Sometimes it just hurts your feelings, and sometimes it's devastating. But you knew it was coming, didn't you? So what do you do in that situation? Pray. 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 Get stronger because you know it's coming. You say, Lord, I'm really not sure. And I guess I really don't care. But whatever it is, I'll face it. I'll face it. And guess what? You won't face it alone. But not everything we take in is of God. Not every time our spirit is churning, that's not always of him. That's demonic forces trying to burden us down. So we have to learn to discern. It's a maturing process. We just have to keep on discipling it, and we'll understand. And you know what? As we grasp it, let's keep it to ourselves so no one else gets that peace. No. Let's share it. Let's teach others. Let's teach others. Let's free others. Amen. Let's all stand together. I hate not to close with some music and have the altar open because hearts may need to alter. So let's if you need something, I'm going to tell you, man, God is good. He really is good. And he wants to set us free. Let's do break every chain. Is that what you had in mind? Good job, Emily. See, that one spirit. We talk about that one spirit works all and in all. See it? Spirit speaking to me, Spirit speaking to her. That's awesome. He's just awesome like that, isn't he?
There is power in the name of Jesus. break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus to break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. All sufficient sacrifice, so freely given, such a price, God, our redemption, heaven's gates swing open wide. There's an army rising up.
That's you. You guys are the army.
There's an army
right here is the army rising up.
up.
Rise up, army.
There's an army rising up to break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus to break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. All sufficient sacrifice, so freely given, such a price, God, our redemption, heaven's gates swing open wide. There's an